Hello, I'm Rod Pinkston and welcome to another episode of JAGER PRO. Sometimes it's necessary to surgically remove trap-resistant adults from a sounder prior to building our M.I.N.E trapping system. This strategy is known as dumbing the sounder, and I'll cover it in our basic training segment. I'll remove another sounder from this property using the most efficient process and products while teaching the art and science of integrated wild pig control. Integrated wild pig control is a strategic approach using a series of innovative control methods and technologies implemented in a specific sequence based on seasonal food sources. Emphasis is placed on efficient removal of entire sounders at one time to eliminate escapes, method education, and future reproduction. Control strategies must continually change throughout the various seasons to effectively target adaptive survivors. In JAGER PRO terms, dumbing the sounder is a strategy used to surgically remove trap-resistant adults from a sounder using thermal shooting operations. We utilize this strategic process to eliminate singles or multiples who are teaching their offspring to avoid traps. Let's demonstrate a successful dumbing the sounder strategy used to eliminate the sole survivor from episode 5, who I nicknamed Ghost. Video intel identifies 6 juveniles on a trail from the neighbor's property. There is a black sow with the pigs a few nights later. This could be Ghost. I remove all 12 1860 trap panels to create a standard bait site and begin conditioning the sounder to trust the feeder as a daily food source. All 6 pigs feed every night, but the black sow will not come to the bait site. Remember, she lost her entire sounder to a tripod feeder and metal contraption within 50 yards of this bait site. Ghost was educated from this previous negative experience. Pigs continue to use the trail from the neighbor's property. I will attempt to hand bait the trail and view her reaction to a line of shelled corn. An ice cam is centered on the bait pile using a 7-foot tall T-post with T-post camera mount to gather intel. Observe Ghost's body language. She is a nervous wreck on full alert. Bait sites should always be considered a shooting sanctuary, meaning pigs should not be shot near a food source while conditioning a sounder to a bait site or a trap enclosure. All 6 juveniles run down the trail for a drink, while the sow is far more cautious, standing and listening. I rebait the site with shelled corn as Chad climbs a tree along the exit trail. Ghost and her 6 pigs arrive at 21:31. This is the last ice cam photo we receive as they finish feeding and depart the exit trail towards the neighbor's property. Let's view the action through Chad's thermoscope. The red throat and cheek patch confirm this is Ghost from episode 5. I rebait corn with a bucket at midday on the 27th. The 6 orphans return at 4 a.m. We always let the juveniles return to the sanctuary bait site at least once before erecting the M.I.N.E trapping system. This feeding should accomplish 2 goals. First is to reinforce the bait location is safe without their mother. Second is to record video intel of their behavior while providing an updated body count. They finish feeding after 5 a.m. and depart the same trail their mother was killed. Tonight, they seem a bit more cautious. We arrive several hours later than I prefer to erect a single-gate M.I.N.E trapping system. The ice cam is in the left camera frame for reference, as we install our M.I.N.E gate threshold 8 feet from the established bait location. Only 8 rigid trap panels are used for these 6 juveniles, instead of 12. Chad hand baits lightly outside with a bucket in a single line through the gate threshold to the trap center. There is no need to bait heavy with juveniles. I believe pigs did not show up overnight on the 28th because we built the trap too late at 1700. They arrive at 2036 on the 29th and immediately feed through the gate threshold since Ghost is not there to vocalize danger. All 6 enter the trap enclosure within 10 minutes of arrival. Using the JAGER PRO mobile app, I press the close gate button for a 6 of 6 capture. I quickly euthanize the sounder using a suppressed .22 caliber rifle, then photograph and record capture data for the harvest efficiency report. Here's a quick overview of how we implement our dumbing the sounder strategy to multiple adults at one time. There are 25 juveniles and 6 trap-resistant sows feeding at the sanctuary bait site. We follow the sounder to an open field after feeding, then stalk from downwind with multiple shooters to target trap-resistant adults only. We verify all 25 juveniles return, then build a double-gate M.I.N.E trapping system. This photo shows I checked the camera angle and left the trap site at 16:31 on 24 March. I received this photo 2.5 hours later with all 25 juveniles feeding inside. This strategy produced 100% capture success within hours of building the enclosure, since there were no adult sows to vocalize danger at the trap. I quickly euthanize all 25 juveniles inside the trap enclosure and provide the photo to a highly impressed landowner. Our integrated approach uses a series of control methods and technologies based on seasonal food sources. An alternate process, such as dumbing the sounder, is necessary to target trap-resistant adults. Selecting the most efficient process and products to remove all age classes in the shortest time possible is critical to implementing a successful integrated wild pig control program. To view the entire 30-minute episode, please tune in to RFD-TV. Our weekly show airs Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Central, Channel 231 on Dish Network and Channel 345 on DirecTV.